Hey guys, how are you doing? Today is October 22, Friday, and one of the readers want me to analyze a company called KEYSIGHT. It's called KEYSIGHT Technology, and the symbols in New York Stock Exchange is KEYS. I have studied the information of KEYSIGHT, and actually this is you can say it's a new company, but actually it's not. It's originated from HP. HP is a very, very old company. From the information, HP appears on 1939, more than 80 years before, right? So actually today we will analyze KEYSIGHT Technology. Actually, this should be key insight. The meaning is that key insight and data just merge together. So this becomes KEYSIGHT, right? KEYSIGHT Technology. Okay, yesterday, I think for the past week, readers will be happy. Investors will be happy because Dow Jones and NYSE becomes better, a lot better. Our Falcon portfolio bounced back to 89%, right? And if any one of you have any stock want me to analyze or any subjects that I can discuss, you can leave your message under the YouTube or email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. So this is our Falcon portfolio. Actually, even the Facebook better now, right? It dropped it and then better now, and I'm waiting for her new name, right? I don't know what will be. Mark Zuckerberg change the Facebook's name to maybe Facebook VR or WeFace, something like that. I don't know. Then we are waiting for that, right? And a lot of the readers want me to discuss on PayPal because PayPal is going to buy P interest. Actually, a lot of people then say it differently. You can say Pinterest or P interest. I think everyone understand. I will leave this to the Hong Kong channels, right? So if Hong Kong readers, you can study in the paid channels, then you will read it. So this is KEYSIGHT Technologies, right? So this is the company, and we will analyze today. Dow Jones yesterday didn't change much. Rise at about 94 points. NASDAQ yesterday. So I want to let you know that S&P yesterday get a new high. So a lot of people, included Warren Buffett, always say that if you just don't have a lot of interest in investing, you don't want to analyze the stock, you don't want to follow a lot of financial news every day, then you have a better choice is to invest in this one, SPY, S&P 500 ETF. So you can see a lot in a long time, right? It's rising. In a long time, it's rising. It is quite suitable for a long time holding. A lot of investor that is not a professional investor, just normal people, they don't have a lot of time to read every day. I don't think that they don't have a lot of time. Maybe they just don't get interest, right? Not a lot of people like us want to read the financial news. Something like they just don't want to read the news, right? They just don't want to read the financial news every day. They just don't want to follow the financial performance. They don't have the interest. I'm not saying they don't have the ability. They just don't have the interest. So I think that if you are like that, but of course you accumulate more money, then it is always a good choice for you to pick up the S&P ETF, right? Like this. And another thing that for Bitcoin is it rising up very sharply for the past week. Not yesterday. Yesterday dropped a bit. Because China already have the hands off, and now America seems to just wait for the legal ordinance for the cryptocurrency to pass, and there's the future from Cathy Wood. This is seems wrong spelling. Cathy, C-A-T-E-R-E, Cathy Wood, not Kathy. So I think that in the long term, Bitcoin will still have a good chance. But this is quite fluctuating. Just depends on the demand. So be careful on that, and also very careful on the Bitcoin future. Cathy Wood is going to have a Bitcoin future, right? Bitcoin future ETF. So be very careful on that, because for anything involved as a future, it will have manipulated. It has the chance to be manipulated, right? So be very careful on that. So we start for the KEYSIGHT technology. It's merged. The meaning is to unlock the technology. So it's called KEYSIGHT. They merged together. It's called KEYSIGHT technology. And this company is originated from HP. HP from the very beginning. Then what does KEYSIGHT did, this company? This company is doing testing apparatus. We can call it apparatus, we can call it hardware, and also devise the correlated software. That means hardware plus the software. Even you can copy the hardware, no use, because you have to get the software because you can use it, and they always update that. So this is the product. One of the products they're producing is very complicated, and this is the very old fundamental work of HP. Many years before, when HP appears, it's not for a printer, right? Printer is one of them, right? Printer is one of them, and they are for the physical testing apparatus plus the chemical work, So it's originated from HP and then a company called Agilent. So I'll show you Agilent, and then Agilent then further split it. So 2014, KEYSIGHT appears, the IPO appears public listed in America. It goes public listed just 7 years before, not a long time. But they divided it to two divisions. One is Agilent, is become the chemical, and then KEYSIGHT for the physical and the software. So you can see the symbols, right? And now KEYSIGHT is not limited for just normal testing apparatus or hardwares. It goes to everywhere. 5G, electric vehicle, Apple's watches, and then the data center, everything. They did every testing apparatus and the software for the world that is using. Not only limited to just like we do the testing in the laboratory. No, they did everything. So this is one of the category. So it's very complicated. So even if you get the copy, duplicate on the hardware, no use, because you need the software. The software is also devised by KEYSIGHT, and also they always update it. So even you can duplicate the hardware, no use. So this is one of the categories of the testing hardware they are doing. So you can go to their website, KEYSIGHTtechnology.com, right? Analyzer, meters, generators, right? Software, 5G apparatus, networking, security, services, all of them in our life. This is KEYSIGHT Technologies performance of the stock. Right, this is 5 years performance, quite good. 5 years before, the share price is only 28, not even up to 30. And then today is 176, right? Just 5 years. So the increment is awesome, right? You can see the PE ratio is a little bit less than 40. And this is the origin company. Agilent. Agilent now is only doing the chemicals. HP and then HP have the Agilent. Agilent is doing the chemical part together with the physical part. And then the physical part now is split to KEYSIGHT. And then Agilent keep the chemical part. And then it's also a public listed company. And then the symbol is very easy for you to remember. It's just an A, right? You can see just an A. And also Agilent Technologies share price performance is even good. $50 5 years before, and then 5 years later, today is 156. That means in 5 years increased it 2 times, 200%. Still very good. PE not high, 48. You know, KEYSIGHT inspired me or let me think of two. You know, KEYSIGHT's market cap is smaller. It made me think of two big companies also doing the similar things. One is we introduced before is the AMAC, Applied Materials. But Applied Materials always invent the apparatus, hardware, and the related software for foundry, for semiconductor, like it's for TSM, like it's for AMD, something like that. So one of the company that is very close to KEYSIGHT is AMAC. But you can see the market cap is much higher, 120 billion US dollar. The company that made me think of is Texas Instruments. Texas Instruments is for semiconductors, but not for foundry. Right? Texas Instruments, everyone knows that, right? Even for Texas Instruments, for the 5 years, it still increased 2 times. 5 years before is 70. Now it's 201. Increased 130 something, nearly 2 times. And the PE is 28. You know, because they have the technology. They invented by themselves. They just invented by themselves together with the software. So it's not easy for you to establish a company and then to take down taxes. Not possible. Not possible because they own the technology. If I remember well, right, KEYSIGHT 2 years before, it's been fined by American government for selling. Actually, you know that when they sell their apparatus out, they have to get the America's government's authorization. 2 years before, they sell to China and Russia and other 15 companies, but some of the technologies are forbidden by USA government. So they fined about 0.18 billion US dollar, and then they just afraid, and then they won't sell it anymore. So actually, they got the patent, right? It's not easy for everyone to copy, because even you can duplicate the machine no use, because you have to also have the software, and they always upgrade their software, right? So very difficult. So they have the mode. They have the mode to protect themselves. So let us have a quick look on their performance. Their performance is very good. This performance is for just the quarter passed by from May to July. We can see the revenue, and then this is YOY compared to the same time 1 year before. And the revenue is increased at 23%. Pandemic doesn't affect this kind of company at all. No matter it's Texas, AMAC, or KEYSIGHT, Agilent, no. They have the effect, but very small. Just very small, maybe 10%, and then they bounce back. You can see the revenue is 1.246 billion for a quarter, increased 23%. And the net income, and sorry, I want to see the non-GAAP net income. The net income is 0.286 billion, right? Increased 26.5% from 1 year before. And the net income rate is 23%. To me, it's okay, right? For this kind of company, actually, they are the manufacturer. right? They're the manufacturer, they have their own selling channels. Then 23% is okay, right? Net income, that means the net profit. And 1 year before is 22.3, okay to me, right? Cash on hand, 2.153 billion, increased to 22.6%. And the long-term debt is 2.13. That means this company is quite close to a net cash company, right? Net cash company. And then for the net income, increased to 26.5% for a quarter. And with a PE of nearly 40, I think this is very reasonable, right? Not expensive. So they have two categories. Their products have two main categories, although we see a lot of them. Then I'm not going to introduce it one by one because I don't know, right? It's very complicated. You can go to the website, see if you understand on that, right? So they have two categories on their products. One is for communication and the solution, and one is for electronic industrials, right? And communication has the bigger percentage. It's nearly 72% occupied, and with operating margin 26%. And then the revenue increased at 15% from 1 year before. And then for the electronics, it has an amazing performance. The revenue increased at 48% from before. I think this is maybe for the electric vehicle, right? And the operating margin is 31%. You can see for electronic industrial solution, the operating margin increased at 4% than 1 year before because it's just like AMAC, it's just like Texas Instrument. It's new thing, right? Their testing apparatus is invented by them. So it's no comparison for the price. You can't find a similar product in the market. It's just like Tektronix. They introduced the electric drills by themselves, right? You can't find a similar one in the market. So they can have a very good gross profit and net profit as long as you use it. And they will visit the customer. They will visit the customer every day. Visit customer every day, see what kind of apparatus they want, and then they do the invention, and then they keep a very close communication with every customer, or you can say every big customer, like the AMAC with the TSM. They just next to each other, right? Oh, you have this testing, so you want this? I do this. So actually, they are tailor-made for those few big customers. You can't find a similar one in the market because they invented by themselves. So no market price, no price war, right? No market price, right? They just can sell it at whatever price they want. Just see if the customer will buy it, right? So this is the mold, and this is the company that Warren Buffett liked because there's no competition, right? So this is a good company. If you want to buy it, then I have no objection. Someone like the Texas Instrument, like the AMAC, and like this KEYSIGHT, or like Agent. Agent is even more harder for me to understand because this is for chemicals. Sorry about that, right? It's for chemicals, right? So, but for this kind of thing, they always invent by themselves, right? So, a lot of people know that American company always go from small. They go from small, and then more profits come in. So 10 years, they may increase 10 times, right? So it's a call. Okay, today we introduce KEYSIGHT up to here. So if you like this program, please give me a like. And then if you have any comment, please leave your comment under the YouTube. And please help me to share to your friends, right? And if they like it, and then please help me to press the subscribe button and also press the bell icon next to it. So whenever there's a new movie uploaded, then you will get the information from YouTube. Okay, so today we share up to here, and then this is Friday. We hope everyone have a very good, very peaceful weekend. See you next week. Bye-bye.